Hello, guys. Good day to every one of you guys. Today, what I'm going to discuss with you is just to guide you guys regarding that of the corrective wave, the approach you need to understand when it comes to correction of wave counting. Okay. Now, in wave principle, knowing when to trade and when not to trade is as important as when to trade itself. When you should know when not to trade and as well when you are meant to trade. Both are very, very important when it comes to Elliott Wave principle. Now, in Elliott Wave principle, aside from motive wave, we also have what we call correction. We have several types of what corrective pattern. As a matter of fact, we have 13 corrective pattern. Okay. Now, this correction within the impulse that we've discussed so far before now, we've talked about, let's use this bullish scenario for example now. This is an impulse here, right? Which this is wave one, right? Wave two, wave three, wave four, wave five. Now, within this impulse that we have here, we clearly have what? Correction within it also. And those corrections are spotted at that of what? Wave 2 and that of wave 4. Right? Now, note what this correction simply implies is that in wave principle, let's assume this is 5 wave upward now. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Now, we believe what we are being told, right? After 5 wave upward, we should expect a 3 wave correction downward, okay? A, B, C, right? That's what makes this what? A complete cycle of a wave what? A wave principle. Now, having this, we have several types of correction. Like I said, the one we're going to talk about now today is that of the correction that can occur at that of what? Wave 2 or wave 4. And we're going to take one of the correction. That's what I'm going to focus on. Like I said, we have several types of what? Correction. I've discussed that of triangles to you guys. We have several types of triangles. I've discussed it with you guys. Those of you that have not watched the video, go and watch the video. Okay? Now, after this 5 wave upward, right? The market often pull back to correct this 05 wave. That's what we price do. So if it is in a bearish market, once you have a 5 wave downward like this, the moment you have this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, what price is going to do next? It is that it's going to correct this 5 wave downward, that is downward, A, B, C. Now, before the next count downward. So that is what correction do, right? Now, the problem is this. Correction are messy. We have, like I said, we have 13 types of what? Correction. Some are complex, some are easy. They have a lot of what? Variation. They can be choppy, they can be slow, they can overlap, even making it hard to see the trend. Do you get that? Now, this is where many traders fail. They jump in into every move. No. If you take note from now, before now, I've explained several ways you can take advantage of. Okay. I will explain how you can as well take advantage of correction also. So this is where many traders fail. They jump into every move. But the difference between those that understand wave principle clearly is that they try to ignore that of what? Correction. Okay. Even though if they want to trade it, they need to understand the base of that of what? The correction, right? Now, small corrective waves you see on hourly time frame often look tempting, but they usually lead to unnecessary what? Loss. So before now, those of you that have followed what I've explained to you guys before now, that regarding that of your move of wave principle, you should always take note of what? The area that you spot a what? A correction. If it is on lower time frame, there is possibility that it's going to be a sub count from that of what? Of that of a higher time frame. Okay. So, like I said, correction come in 13 types, which tonight we're going to focus on that of zigzag only. zigzag only. Now, this zigzag can be divided into three parts. There are times that in the case where we have this A, B, C, which is a zigzag, it can tells us that there are times that this only single zigzag there, price want to go more than that. So which it can give us double zigzag or triple what? Zigzag. Okay. But tonight, what I'm just going to explain to you guys is that of what? A single zigzag. Now, I said we have 13. The other types of correction are that of flats. We have several flats. We have triangles. I've talked about triangles before now. Likewise, we have that of what? Combination, etc. And most of the time you only realize which one is it was after it already finished. Most of the time you only understand the correction we have, the type of correction once it complete itself. That is why trading correction is highly risk, not worthy for most trader if you don't understand the formation yet. The takeaway of tonight class is to stick to clean impulse move, not messy what? Correction. If you don't clearly what? Understand wave principle. You can trade correction, but the truth of it is that at this your stage, I will advise you to first of all master what? Impulse. Also, you need correction to also be able to what? To master a new what? Impulse count. Now, like I said, we have 13 correction. Now, the 13 correction tonight, we're going to focus on that of what? Zigzag. Now, like I said, if five wave move upward, like forming five wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, wave five. Now, this whole five wave, let me label it for you guys. Wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and that of what? Wave five. Now, after this whole five wave upward, what we expect price to do, it is that it should correct, giving us what? Wave A, B, and C, right? Now, this A and C, A, B, C that we have, excuse me, let me make it obvious, okay? Now, what price did there, it is that this A, B, C, it is that it corrected this 05 wave what? Upward. That is what? Price did. Now, this zigzag, within it, we usually have wave A giving us 5 wave. That is, we will be able to label another 5 wave within this. Wave A, B, excuse me, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now, within that of wave B, we're going to be able to label 3 wave inside that of what? Wave B, A, B, C. Right? Now, within that of wave C, we should be able to label what? That of 5 wave inside that of what? The wave C also. So, a zigzag correction, it's usually spotted at that of wave 2 or wave 4. So, it can be spotted at that of what? Wave 2 or wave 4. Now, what this zigzag, simply single zigzag, what it implies here is that it corrected this 05 wave upward. So in summary, I've explained to you before now that the end point of wave 2, it usually ends at that of what? 61.8% ratio, right? Most of the time. So in summary, this whole move here that we have here can be of the larger degree, which is going to be wave 1. Why this correction is going to be wave 2 before the next move are that of what? Wave 3. That is going to go where? That is going to go upward. So, corrective wave, which is that of zigzag, is spotted at that of what? Wave 2 or wave 4. Now, there are times that they are not going to be obvious for you to label it. If wave 2 corrective of that of zigzag, it is complex, that is not clearly obvious for you to label. Have it in mind at that of wave 4, it will be easier for you to label. Vice versa. If wave 2 is easier, have it in mind that the zigzag of that of wave 4 is going to be what? Complex. So which is the reason why when we have this here, you can see, let me remove this. This is wave 1 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this O wave one here, you can see upon completion of this O wave one here, let me remove all these drawings so that you guys can see it clearly. Now, okay, let's go to that of higher time frame so that we all can see it clearly. Now, if you look here, if you zoom this out, let me back this also, right? Now, if you look here, this is the starting point of this count here, right? Now, the rules of that of Elliott wave state that wave 2 should not retraces 100% of that of wave 1. Our wave 1 starts from here, right? This wave 2 here, it did not touch the starting point of wave 1, which is what? Valid. Now, within wave 2, like I said, zigzag are spotted at that of wave 2 or wave 4. In this case here, if you notice, wave 2 zigzag is not obvious, but it is there. So in this case here, it is complex what? Zigzag. It is not as easy for you to what? For you to label. Now, if I'm to label it, I'm going to force A, B, what? C. So it's not as what? As easy to label. Now, but if you look at this wave 4 here, which we have here, it is what we have at that of what? We have a zigzag there as also with A, B, and that of what? C. You can see that at that of wave 4 here, it is clearly what? Obvious for us to what? To label. So a zigzag can be spotted at that of what? Wave 2 or that of what? Wave 4. I mean single zigzag. We have several types of what? Correction. As it is tonight, like I said to you guys, we're only focusing on that of what? Is single zigzag. Okay? Now, this zigzag correction, within that of the subcount of zigzag, like I said, A, B, C. A, B, C. Now, the wave B can as well, you can spot triangles at that of wave B. So you can as well spot triangle at that of what? Wave B. If I'm to label this will have been my wave A, wave B, and wave C. So let me uncheck the trend, which you can see here, okay? Now, within that of wave B, you can clearly see that we clearly have what we call a triangle, right? So also this is what? A triangle. Excuse me. This is a triangle. I think if I go to lower time frame, we should be able to spot it very well. Okay, this can be labeled this, okay? So this will be what? With A, B, C, D, E. Now, this is the what? The triangle. Spotted at that of wave B, of that of the ABC counts. Also, within that of wave A, if you pay attention to this, also you can label 5 wave A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So this is a what? A new wave what? Count. So wave principle, one of the sub count of that of wave principle of the correction, it is that of what? Zigzag. So a single zigzag, it is the most common correction that people are obviously going to spot. But it is best you use it in line with what? The structure of the market of that of the higher time frame. Now note, I usually don't trade correction all the time, but once I have a 5-wave upward, for example, I have a 5-wave upward, price already moved greatly upward. In this case here, this is wave 1 here, excuse me, wave 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, this is A, B, C. So this is what? 5-wave upward. 5-wave upward correction. Once I have this 5-wave upward, the next thing upon completion of the 5-wave, using my field retracement of the extension, upon completion of that, I need to know, I usually wait for the correction to complete. But the moment I spot at that of wave B, I spot a triangle. what it clearly tells me is that I'm going to leverage on the next what? Move downward. Okay, so is part of it, one of the types of that of correction, it is that of what? Single zigzag, which is what I try to emphasize more tonight. So if you have any question, you can as well reach out to me once we over the weekend, or you drop your question on that of the what? The group chat. So I will always what? Reply you. Okay. So those are my the first correction and second correction phase. We've talked about triangles. This is the main complex one that we're starting now. But one of the complex one of the 13 complex correction, it is what? Single zigzag. Lastly, if you are just on the platform and you are not making any input, I'm not helping you, just waiting for me to do analysis. The truth of it is that I'm not helping you guys. It is best you also practice, because the more you practice, it becomes more what? More easier for you. So thank you.